Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alan here with Dusty Hikers. Last year, you may recall, I bought 5 different hiking shoes and then I walked in them for a long time and then I tested them. And I'm just doing a follow-up video on 2 of those shoes, and that is the Danner Trail 2650 Campo, whoop, and the Keen Targhee Vent. These are both extremely popular shoes on the internet. A lot of people buy these, and I have experience in both of them. So in this video, if you're sitting there at rei.com or you're on Amazon and you're undecided between which one should I buy? Should I buy the Trail 2650 Campo or should I buy the Keen Targhee Vent? This is the perfect video for you. So what we're going to do is just ask a series of questions that might pertain to you and then decide which shoe fits the bill for those different scenarios. Okay, so for the first question, are you needing to go fast on your hike? If you need to go fast, then I would say the Danner Trail 2650 Campo is definitely the shoe that you want to consider. These shoes certainly have running shoe DNA kind of built into them. They are full trail hiking shoes, so they do have a rock plate here. They've got a lot of bells and whistles. These shoes have a lot of through hiker DNA put in them. They've got stuff for gaiters and that sort of thing. It's a very minimalist design from Danner. They're extremely lightweight, and so you will be able to go much faster in these over long distances than you would in the Keens. Okay, on your upcoming trip, are you going to be carrying a lot of weight, or really any weight at all? If you are going to be carrying weight, then I would say that the Keen Targhee Vent is probably the best shoe in this case. I would not go with the Danner Trail 2650 Campo. These shoes have more boot-like characteristics. They don't have a rock plate because they don't need one, because they've got this massive, beefy rubber sole. And in the testing that I did in a video where I tested 5 different hiking shoes, these perform pretty well as far as protection underfoot. There's just a lot more padding here. They're very, very, there's a lot of material and there's a lot of padding compared to the Danner Trail 2650 Campo. So I feel like these shoes over long distances carrying weight are going to provide you just more support. Your feet will probably be less tired over long distances with the Keen Targhee Vent. Okay, are you the kind of hiker that really just wants comfortable shoes? Then I would say in this case, as much as I hate to say this, the Keen Targhee Vent are probably going to be more comfortable for you. I found the Danner Trail 2650 Campos to not be very comfortable. They didn't fit my foot very well. I actually had to go up to the wide version, which I never have to do in shoes. And so now with the wide version, when I put them on and lace them up, this all kind of bunches up here. So it's just really, they don't fit my feet very well. And I think that probably a lot of people are gonna have that same problem. So certainly in this case, if you want comfortable shoes, then I would go with the Keen Targhee Vent. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, but Alan, I just want the best possible pair of hiking shoes that I can get. What you need to do is go check out my video, I'll link it below, where I test 5 different hiking shoes that are very popular, that are all less than $150, and I pick the one that I think is the best. And I have been walking in those hiking shoes that I picked in that video for the last year, and they're still amazing. Very little wear on the soles. Nothing has happened to the uppers essentially, and so I can highly recommend those shoes, but you have to go check out that video to find out which one they are. Okay, on your upcoming trip, do you expect to get wet or have to walk through puddles or do some kind of water crossing, and you don't want to wear Gore-Tex? Then I would highly suggest that you purchase the Danner Trail 2650 Campo over the Keen Targhee Vent. Why? I tested all 5 of those shoes by dunking them in water and then testing how long it took for them to get back to their dry weight. And the Danner Trail 2650 Campos dried out way faster than the other shoes. As I said before, there's a very minimalist design here. This material feels almost like a wetsuit. There's this, you can see this leather portion right here has holes in it. And all of that just provides lots of ventilation for your feet, and these things will dry out much faster than the Keen Targhee Vent. These shoes, when I tested them for drying out, it took them, they were the they were the second to the worst shoe for drying out. I think the worst were the Oboz Sawtooth 2. They took even longer, but there's a lot of padding in here. There's a lot of material that can absorb water. So if these are not Gore-Tex, the Keen Targhee Vent, at least the version I have, if these things get wet, it could take days in certain environments for them to completely dry out. Hey, as always, if you're finding something useful in this video, please hit like. I need 1,000 subscribers to monetize this channel. Please hit subscribe and expect a new video coming out in about 5 weeks with a whole set of new hiking shoes. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, on your upcoming hike, are you expecting to get into some rugged, rough terrain or even to go off trail? If you are, then I would suggest that you get the Keen Targhee Vent over the Danner Trail 2650 Campo. And again, that's just a function of how much material there is here and how much protection these shoes provide over the Danner Trail 2650 Campo, which really, the Danner Trail 2650 Campo feel a little bit more like running shoes. Whereas these really, as I said before, they have kind of that boot genetics built into them. So just a lot of material here, much beefier rubber soles. They've got this really, really strong rubber toe cap, which is, you know, very, very Keen-esque. And so certainly if you're going to be in rugged terrain, you want the Keen Targhee Vent. Okay, on the other hand, if you're going to be on well-groomed, well-beaten paths without lots of rocks on them, then you're definitely going to want to take these instead of the Keen Targhee Vent. These shoes are going to be just much easier to walk in because of how much lighter they are. And on a trail like that, then these would certainly outperform the Keen Targhee Vent. They're a lot lighter. You're going to be able to go a lot further with less energy expended. Okay, last question, and perhaps the most important one. Do you want to look good while you're on the trail? If that's true, then you definitely want to get the Danner Trail 2650 Campo. Danner put a lot of love into these shoes, a lot of beautiful styling, and I think they look amazing. Unfortunately, they're not my favorite. Again, if you want to find out which one is my favorite, go check out that video. But these shoes are smoking hot and they look great, and people are going to be impressed with you on the trail. These shoes look like something that Homer Simpson would wear to a church potluck. There's not a lot of beautiful styling put into these things. They're very utilitarian, and you're not going to impress anybody when you rock up in a pair of Keen Targhee Vents.